Foggy versus Colorful, two of the best Night Elves in the world. Colorful, the best Night Elf of China. Foggy, the best Night Elf of Europe. Going head to head now in the Rejuvenation Cup. Best of 6. And without much further ado, let's head into it. Starting off on Northern Isles. Colorful, unsurprisingly, playing the Demon Hunter. Foggy, probably... Oh, no, he's not doing it. Alright then. In my opinion, Foggy, Lawlight, and Moon, always the most interesting players to see play in Night of Mirror. Because they're always very tricky, very innovative, and unpredictable with their strategies. We will see a lot of Podem hunts, Podem expansions, and even, at times, Keeper. From what I saw with Keeper first, it's mostly Keeper Naga Bears.
Forces are under attack.
Especially against Colorful. Colorful does have weakness in this matchup. Well, let's first mention his strength. His strength is that he's really, really good with Demon Hunter and Bears. Very, very strong. His micro is some of the best in the world with Demon Bears. However, he's also predictable. Everyone knows Colorful always plays the same. Every time Demon Hunter Bears, no exception. So Foggy playing Keeper here, some people would say the Keeper gets hard countered by the Demon, but Foggy was expecting this Demon Hunter 100%, so he has a plan of how to deal with it. And if you go Keeper into Naga, then you have a decent counter with the Naga against the Demon Hunter, and perhaps you can even keep the Demon Hunter at range with the Entangle. But of course, playing against Mana Burn can be quite tough with the Keeper. We'll have to see how it works out. Level 2 for the Demon right away. Good items as well. And Foggy is going Huts. Delaying his tier 2. Claws and Cloak. Colorful has tried Podem before. Really? I don't think I ever saw him try Podem against in Night of Mirror. Of course, you can only play the Night of Mirror. I've only ever seen him play Demon Bears. Colorful is very much a by-the-book, standard, predictable player. Out of the top Night Elves, he is the most predictable in basically every matchup.
A player's forces are under attack.
Foggy trying to slow down the Demon's creeping. If the Demon makes it to level 3 fast, he becomes quite strong. You want to try to prevent that if you can. Oh, Archer's hiding in Shadow Meld. Foggy didn't have a Wisp at the lab. Small mistake there. Could have taken out one Archer here if he had had the reveal. Oh, thank you, by the way, for the subs earlier. FJX Jordan with a Prime sub and Snuzzy with a 16-month resub. Thank you. Demon Hunter picks up the boots. Foggy claims the rest of the camp. With the hunts right now, he's pretty strong. The normal damage from the hunts against the Demon Hunter, of course, works out well. And Foggy has the Ultra Vision advantage right now. Thanks to the early Hunter Soul. He went for the... Wait, does he have Ultra Vision? He does, right? Yeah, he does. Also, the cloak on the demon is pretty... the cloak on the Keeper is pretty cool. Hide in the shadows. Avoid getting burned. And tier 2 is about to finish. Oh, Foggy wants to creep the Arachnothids. That's a cool creep route in terms of positioning, because it's very unlikely to be getting scouted. Oh, look at the archers blocking the treants. That's kind of cute. Oh, but he loses an archer to the creeps. Foggy with a Pit Lord second. Oh, right. I saw that not too long ago. Who was that again? Oh, wasn't it in the match Foggy versus Lawlion? I believe it was, right? Where it was crazy base race at the end?
A player's forces are under attack.
Was that DreamHack? I want to say it was DreamHack. Or was it Remind? Ah, yeah, it may have been Remind. And a Huntress runs into the base and dies as well. Foggy! What's going on? Archer dies to creeps. Huntress thrown away as well. Sloppy start by Foggy. We're going to be alternating servers, by the way, between Netties and War3 Champions. We're starting off on Netties. And it's a Panda second by Colorful. What? I mean, Panda, of course, very popular against these Huntress pushes. But Foggy is going tier 3, will be transitioning into Bears, so no big Huntress push there.
A player's forces are under attack.
He didn't choose it because of Drunken Haze against the Pit Lord, right? I mean, in the right situation, that can be kind of cool, but it's also not very reliable.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, Bear Mirror, it is in the end, but with not the most conventional cast of heroes. Pit Lord, of course, is one of the best heroes against the Demon Hunter. Doesn't really care about the burn at all. Well, I guess he would appreciate getting out a couple of howls, but even without mana, he's useful.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pit Lord will be an okay Orb of Venom carrier. Not really the best because his attack speed is so low. But just having bonus damage on the Pit Lord I think should be worth it. So Foggy can be a decent Orb carrier. Also on level 3 he's going for Thorn's Aura, which in Bear Mirror of course is very good. Between Cleave and Thorn's Aura is gonna be a lot of like passive chip damage trickling in against the bears. So it seems like Colorful definitely will need heal scrolls pretty badly. And I guess so will Foggy going up against the Panda. So position in the middle to get those scrolls is going to be crucial. Colorful very low on bears at the moment, mostly Dryads. And we're slowly but surely moving towards 50 supply. Tome of Retraining. Wow, early on. So he wants to go double Thorns. And... and what, I wonder? Entangle, I guess. Treants don't really seem to do too much. 100 goes down. But Huntresses have kind of outlived their welcome anyways. Both around 40 supply. On paper, the strat seems to be pretty good against Demon Hunter. Because both Keeper with Aura and Pit Lord with Cleave, good without mana. Is it exactly going to work out that way, though? We'll have to see. Foggy pops the Moonstone, wants to have more regen. Would love to see Wellspring upgrade here. And he gets out one howl. A lot of reduced damage here, certainly. Oh, the heal ward in the back. Did get the spell quickly, though. Oh, the Pit Lord dropping very low HP. He did receive the TP, has to use it. Demon Hunter also losing a lot of health. Heal scroll used. And Foggy loses 2 more units. They're going down, Hunter's going down. But I guess in terms of resources, similar to a heal scroll. Sorry for the spikes, guys. There's not much I can do about that. We are using the Chinese clean feed, and that one is sometimes a bit laggy. Colorful can fall back and get the next heal scroll, and that is a big deal. And he's at 60 supply already. Panda with a pendant, of course, and the rope. Oh, I only saw that now. 500 mana pool on the Panda. Whew. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, this Panda choice is working out really well. Doesn't have to worry about mana burn, of course. What's he gonna get here? Ancient Django for Foggy. Oh, wow. Amazing item for him.
The town is under siege.
Alright, 10 supply lead for Colorful. Foggy has more bears, though. 2 more bears. I'm kind of missing the wisps. Where are the wisps for the Deados? Cleave is doing a good amount of damage. Thorns are also helping. Heal ward placed. Foggy dispels it fairly quickly. Staff being used. Foggy has to fall back. Everything is super hurt for Foggy. Man, he needs heal scrolls so bad, but he doesn't have them. He does have the double staff. Saves another bear with that. But the other bear does go down. I think the wisps were way too late. Foggy should have brought in wisps way earlier to detonate against the roar. TP out by Colorfully. Had a good trade here so far. That one bear is gonna fall. Level 4 for the Pit Lord, but Foggy lost a lot of units. Down to 32 supply, whereas Colorful is still at 60. Can go back to the middle, maybe claim the next heal scroll.
A player's forces are under attack.
Colorful seemed to be in control this whole game, more or less. Didn't go for the heal scroll here, kind of surprisingly. Pit Lord staff back to the main. Oh my god, so many misses. Level 2 evasion, pretty good.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, in we go once again. Does Foggy have enough? It looks rough for him. There's so much mischance, by the way. With the Drunken Haze from the Panda and the evasion from the Demon. Woo. Dude, this Panda is working out like a charm. And Foggy is simply losing everything. Colorful takes the 1-0 in a very convincing fashion. 1-0 lead for the Chinese Night Elf. But Foggy is gonna... Oh, whoops. I accidentally played an ad. I misclicked. Sorry about that. I want to change the stream title. Oh, Foggy's also streaming himself, by the way. So yeah, War 3 champions gonna be the host for the next one. Foggy tried to counter the Demon Hunter. It looked pretty good on paper. Keep it with Thorns. And Pitlord with Cleave. But didn't quite work out in the end. That Panda looked so strong, dude. Really impressive. I wonder if Foggy gets the first heal scroll. He can sustain in that first fight longer. And then he gets out more cleaves. Taking that heal scroll away from the opponent would have been big. Yeah, that first heal scroll was a huge difference maker, man. Foggy's even talking to his chat right now. I wonder what he's saying. Considering his next strategy. Alright, seems like the players are in and ready. Is Fly streaming, by the way? Oh yeah, he is. Wait, is Fly streaming without a delay? I think he is streaming without a delay. Well, well, well. Foggy off to a rough start, but if I see that right, I think map number 2 is going to be Amazonia, which has always been a very popular Potom map. Popular for Potom, at least for some players. For Colorful, I'm pretty sure he's going to stick with Demon Hunter. Thank you, Pete Haas Streams, with the 11-month resub. Says almost 1 year. Let's go. Hell yeah. As we're about to hop into map number 2. If Colorful wins today, by the way, and Lawliot loses tomorrow, then a draw would be enough for Colorful on Sunday to secure 5th position. And Colorful's Untitled Mirror has looked really strong for quite some time now. That's, of course, how he won the latest WGL Summer Championship. Oh, my stream is having some spikes right now. Thank you, Negma15. 5-month resub. Thank you. Demon Hunter first by Colorful. No surprise here. And for Foggy, we see the Potom. Colorful definitely will have this in the back of his mind. That a Potom here is very possible. So normally, it's one of two things. Potom push or Potom expo. On this map, expansion is pretty hard to come by. So pushes seem to be the more likely thing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Foggy's aggroing the creeps. Is this messing with the lightning shield creep here for Colorful? Not really. Okay. Nicely executed by Colorful. Very important. Do not deny any last hits here.
A player's forces are
And both do it well.
A town is
Picking
under
up the
siege.
first camp right away. Oh, wow. Foggy starting off the nuts. Claws and slippers for the bottom. Absolutely wonderful. As the Demon Hunter is running across the map looking for some building cancels.
A town is under siege.
Is he trying to take out the second Ancient of War?
A player's forces
I think
are
he
under
is,
attack.
right? No, okay. The Ancient of War he can't cancel. That one has too much health. But he's canceling the Moonwell. And that also prevents hunts for a long time. Oh, this is actually a cool move. Oh, look at the Wisp block, though. Look at the Wisp block. Trying to slow down the demon on his way to the next Moonwell. And this one he should not be able to destroy. Oh, wait. Is he? Sick attack speed. Oh, wow. Wait. That's a disaster for Foggy. If this is a cancel. Oh, I'm not even sure if he cancelled. Or if he just killed it. Oh, that's rough for Foggy. Huh. Color with a great play. He knows there's a window to cancel one of those Moonwells. In this case, even 2 Moonwells. And that slows down Huntress production by so much. And I guess you really want to make that second Moonwell in a safe position in the future.
A player's forces are under attack.
Colorful on the way to tier 2 already. He's going to make lots of archers. On tier 2 he may even want to make another Ancient of War and Nature's Blessing to be safer against push. Panda second, absolutely possible once again. Man, the drops for Foggy are super good. Slippers again. Sorry again for the spikes. We can only hope that the stream is gonna stabilize here on its own. Panda second. Kind of to be expected. And 1 lower. Oh man, lot of lags at the moment. All right, let me try to reset the quality. Maybe that helps. We're not missing too much, hopefully. Although the early game for Colorful is certainly looking good. Colorful seems to be very well prepared against everything that Foggy is planning so far. Okay, now it's not loading at all anymore. Come on, bro. Okay, let's try. So the panda died. Colorful ran out with the demon and the panda. Losing the second hero, the Potom in the meantime got level 3, and here come the wisps. Oh, demon almost getting surrounded.
The town is under siege.
Alright, here we go. AP coming. I'm not sure if Colorful started the tech to tier 3. Second AP on the way. Also, a Zeppelin. Very helpful now to keep the Potom safe. First AP cancelled, but the Panda dies again. Sapper! Oh, boom. Blows up the first AP, but that was pretty expensive. And at least one of these APs should certainly finish. Colorful needs glaives, by the look of things. He uprooted the Ancient of War. Not sure if Foggy has a heal scroll here. Doesn't seem like he does. Nope, no heal scroll for Foggy. Couple units going down on both sides. The demon dropping very low. Ooh, dude. Those right clicks from the Potom. Level 2 searing arrows. In comes the panda, but this panda really hasn't been too convincing yet. Yeah, going Dryads here is very questionable. I think what Colorful needed was second Ancient of War and Nature's Blessing and just mass archers. And also, don't lose the panda. Foggy turning it around, I would say. On his server, on War 3 Champions, it's looking much better now for Foggy. And also the glaives just seem to be too late. Oh, and look at the glaive drop. Into the back of the base, going now for the Entangled Goldmine. That's really cool. Of course, even the Shredder helping out, providing a good amount of normal damage. First glaive is out, but it's very squishy, of course. Potom attacks at once, loses like 20% HP. Dude, these Potom right clicks are crazy.
Players' forces are under attack.
He just dodged the Drunkenades. That was pretty cool. This Zeppelin is worth so much. Oh, but the Potom... Oh! Almost forced to TP out. And Colorful's gonna call it. GG. Foggy ties it up. We got a 1-1. Alright, the Potom hunts works out once again. Classic Amazonia play. But as I said, I think Colorful could have played against that way better. We've seen it much better before. Second Ancient of War, Nature's Blessing, lots of archers. And also Drunkenades first, I don't think is the right call. Just go Breath of Fire. Just throw one breath after the next. If you blast out all your mana, but you lose the panda, that's fine. Just revive him for 170 gold. Pretty cheap. Dragon Haze is amazing, though. I don't know. I think Breath level 1. I would prefer. Also seems like there's a bit of RNG involved. Like if 5 Huntresses happen to stand on top of each other, it's pretty good. But if they don't quite line up that way, then you only hit like 2 or 3 hunts. Hmm. There's no way to win Demon Hunter Mirror against Colorful. Yeah, honestly, it seems that way. Lawlight has tried and failed. Foggy has tried and failed. Moon has tried and failed. The only one who seems to be able to do it on a consistent basis is Remind, for some reason. But we haven't seen too much of Remind lately. Colorful is definitely really, really good with Demon Hunter Bears. There's no question about that. All right, map number 3. Oh, and we are going back to Amazonia. Colorful has loser's choice here, and he decides he wants to go back to AZ. Huh, interesting. So he feels like he wants to show Foggy and I guess the world that he can absolutely win AZ if he just plays it a bit better. It's Demon Hunter first again for Colorful, obviously. And Potom again for Foggy. Yeah, I was really not a fan of double Ancient of Lore. One lore I think is fine. But double lore is not the right call, I would say.
A player's forces are under attack.
And if you think about it, the harass here by Foggy makes a lot of sense because he wants to buy every second to ensure that his Moonwell on the other side of the map isn't going to get cancelled. Which it did earlier, and that was definitely painful.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that's why we see Lightning Shield detonate here. Makes a lot of sense. And this time we got a ring. Already a much weaker start for Foggy. He even picks up the 2 items. He gets the claws. He's gonna run across the map again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Moonwell this time behind the wall. Okay, that's cool. That's also a nice adjustment by Foggy. This Moonwell this time cannot get cancelled.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
But the Podum's right click definitely gonna be quite a bit weaker compared to before. Of course, if she gets level 3 and also level 4 for the Searing Arrow, they're still gonna be noticeable. But no claws, no slippers this time. Oh, one wisp goes down. Almost a second. But the Podum's attack speed is very slow. I think Alchemist, Podum, and DK have the slowest attack speed, right, in the game. But her orb also works against buildings, and you can see when she does attack, it still hurts.
player's forces are under
Foggy would
attack.
love to set up a trap here, catch some archers out on the map, pick them off with a Potem and Hunts.
A town
But Colorful
under
is keeping
siege.
them safely in the main. Colorful, of course, would love to be able to creep some more. Get level 3 demon, get some more items, but can't risk it. Can't afford it. Oh, does Foggy realize the archers are here? The hunter's movement is a bit weird. And now the archers reveal themselves. Needs to be quick with the Moonwell heal. Save the archers. And he is. Foggy, of course, can reveal. He does. Demon finally back home. So far, good defense though by Colorful. Pulling back the archers very nicely. Hasn't lost a single one so far. Good kiting. Oh, and a nice Shadow Melt towards the end. Nicely done. Very well handled by Colorful.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, we got the Panda second again. With Drunken Haze once more. It's of course a big help with creeping. Foggy is trying to set up a little flank over here. Huntress coming in from the back. But Colorful has kept all of his archers alive so far. Very nicely done. I'm gonna staff home once again. I wonder how much moon juice is left. I don't think it's that much. One Ancient of Lore. Lumber on Colorful is sort of low. Foggy needs to creep level 3. And ideally, pick up a scroll. And I guess then it's go time again. He brought a lot of wisps into the middle, as you can see on the minimap. Oh, he's trying to get the item. Oh, not quite able to. It's another ring for Foggy. Second ring. Not very fortunate with that. Oh, and he has the wisps also ready to detonate against the Drunken Haze. At least partly dispelling it. But the Potem isn't 3 yet. Is she really going to try to creep away the Merchant here? That would be quite risky. Oh, and Colorful gets the steal on the heal scroll. Can he save the Panda? The demon, if he's got a staff, of course he can rescue him. Is there a staff, I wonder? No staff. Panda goes down. Potem level 3. But also Foggy losing quite a few units. Archer and Huntress going down. But here come the APs.
A player's forces are under attack.
Foggy exposing the APs, kind of. I guess it's a bit of a trap. Wants the archers to move into a bad position, the Huntresses to run on in. Archer kiting is looking good by Colorful, though. He's still gonna lose some of them, of course. They are, after all, very frail. Panda has the heal scroll. There we go, uses it. 2 hunts about to fall. Drunken Haze again. Foggy's losing a lot of hunts. He did buy time for the APs. But was it enough time? We see the March of the Ents. No way, by the way, for these glaives to heal up. All the moon juice is gone already. Now we got the second Ancient of War. I'm not sure if he has Nature's Blessing. Judging from the lumber, it doesn't really look like it. But the first glaive is already out. Colorful looks very well prepared this time. Also splitting his army into two groups. Dryads and heroes on the left. Archers at the top. One glaive is not enough to outdamage the repair, apparently, of the wisps. Foggy commits the heal scroll. Huntresses for him once again, pretty healthy now. The shop's gonna go down pretty quick, I guess. Foggy's got his own glaive. And now it's gonna be glaive micro. Who micros them better? Foggy, of course, has lots of bonus damage on them, thanks to the aura. We're losing Moonwells here. Can be quite painful. Healing up, especially for the demon, won't be so easy. And the next Moonwell falls. And again, it seems like the second Ancient of War was too late by Colorful. If he had had that right away with Nature's Blessing quickly, he could have walked that Ancient of War in, soaked up a lot of damage. Now he's running in. Oh, Colorful going into the meat grinder. Gets level 3 on the demon, but also losing quite a bit in return. Huntress is doing very well now in the scrappy kind of fight, and the Zeppelin again coming into play. One glaive about to go down for Colorful. Nice save into the last little corner, but he already lost one glaive. With the second one following, the bottom gets level 4.
Players' forces are under attack.
Colorful quickly running out of healing. He's making new Moonwells, but there's not much juice in him. He's waiting desperately for nighttime. It's going to be nighttime in a moment, but Foggy has 45 supply. Only 37 for Colorful. Foggy with lots of glaives. They must be upgraded as well. At least 1-0. Foggy comes back again. Oh, with a huge heal scroll. Hunts again, nicely healed up. Colorful supply. Block has only got the single glaive. And there's lots of wisps here to repair against it. Demon Hunter running away, making it to the Moonwells, barely healing up there in time. But Colorful loses the next glaive, and Colorful, he felt confident that he could win this time on AZ, but he doesn't seem to be able to. Foggy's pot and push works again. Colorful calls for the GG. And that's the 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. Okay, I think it should be working now, more or less. Here we go, Titanhunters. We have Foggy in the yellow. The scoreboard is a bit confusing. It's Foggy in the yellow playing Bottom. Colorful in the top left in the red playing Demon Hunter. To nobody's surprise. Starts off with the ring, perhaps not perfect, but even a ring is good on a demon. That's always the great thing about playing Demon Hunter. Regardless of what you find at the circlet camp, everything is good. Claws and circlet, of course, a bit better, but every single item is good.
A player's forces are under attack.
Aiming for a fast level 2, and Colorful's gonna get it. Cloak of Shadows, on the other hand, really isn't that good. Demon Hunter is usually a hero who has to be very active and always be doing stuff. Just hiding invisibly is not really the most efficient for him. Foggy also gonna grab his level 2. Oh, goodness. Slippers and Circlet. Hallelujah. Foggy off to a hot start here once again with these items. And of course it's going double Ancient of War hunts. No, wait. It's only one Ancient of War, isn't it? No, he has double Ancient of War. It's next to the orange Knoll camp. And lots of huntresses soon to be joining.
A player's forces are under attack.
Foggy hiding here in the shadows once again. This seems to be one of his favorite moves. Stand there invisibly, having great vision thanks to Ultra Vision, of course. And building up his Huntress army. Oh, it would be a big creep camp for Foggy. If Colorful could prevent this, that would be huge, but... Nope, Foggy's gonna get the camp. But Colorful also creeping on his side. Wait. He's creeping the Knolls without an Ancient of War? Oh, and Foggy has the read. Because Foggy has a scout up there. I think it's a Huntress? No, it's an Archer scouting. And with the bottom showing up, this all becomes a lot more difficult. Colorful is taking a good amount of damage right here. Oh, what a block! Nicely done. Big last hit. Who's he gonna get it? Okay. Colorful claims it. And he gets the item. And he saves the Archer. Nicely done by Colorful. Claws +9 for him as well. Amazing. Thank you, Stars and Stripes, with a 38-month resub. Time flies when you're having fun. Hell yeah. Second hero, Panda. Again. Oh, Foggy, one more hit. Gets to level 3. There we go. Has the level 2 aura now. And the demon, once again, is not yet level 3. But he shouldn't be too far away, I think. What's that item? Ring of Regen. Oh, wow. It's actually amazing on the bottom. That's probably the best item you could have gotten there. Sick, sick items for Foggy.
A town is under siege.
And Colorful is going double lures again, if I see that right. Well, it could be one lure and one shop, I guess. It's going to be daytime in a moment. Foggy could certainly go for some heal scrolls here. That shop on Titan is pretty easy to creep. And he's setting up APs again. A little bit proxy. 2 APs. Second Ancient of War for Colorful. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Earlier second Ancient of War. Ideally with Nature's Blessing. And lots of archers. Yeah, I think that's the right way to do it. Low on Dryads, high on archers. Early second Ancient of War. And early glaives. Yeah, I think this is the best adjustment that Colorful has made to this Huntress style so far. Gonna get one cancel, but I believe one cancel only. Oh, the Panda getting almost surrounded. I think he is. Oh! Foggy lets him escape. Oh, big mistake by Foggy. Honestly, though, with the Panda so hurt, it's still gonna be hard to get him back into fighting shape.
A town is under siege.
But yeah, that's early glaives. Very early glaives. Foggy also making his own glaives already. He's of course gonna have the benefit of the True Shot aura. Alright, here we go. 2 APs planted. And the glaives already firing away. Panda probably gonna go down. Yep. But only level 1. He's gonna be back soon. Bride's dying quickly against these APs, of course. The glaives are doing a decent job. Colorful needs to be quick with pulling them back. No Zeppelin this time, by the way, for either player. But the demon gets level 3. Should certainly be level 2 evasion this time. And Colorful seems to be ready to hold his base. He's got 2 glaives still left.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Foggy has to TP out. There we go. Colorful finally figures out the way to hold this push. Early second Ancient of War, quickly into glaives. And there it is. And with that, Foggy now in a world of trouble. This strategy is supposed to win on tier 1.
A player's force.
It's not really good at transitioning into the late game. Oh, nice steal. Foggy got the scrolls. He wants to come back for one more final attack. But Colorful at 50 supply already. Has some decent items, heal potions and such. Could go for an invul maybe. Protection scroll days. Oh wow, another steal. Bottom level 4. Her right clicks again hurt quite a bit. As you can plainly see. Oh, the illusions are great. The Huntresses might waste a lot of their damage against the illusions, but no, Foggy is microing it well. Oh, but the Hunter just getting destroyed. Demon Hunter dropping low, but there is the TP to save him. 1, 2, 3 Hunts falling. Oof. Painful exchange for Foggy. He's gonna get an archer here on the way back. But the Demon's about to get level 4. He's got the shop at home to protect him. Plus the moon juice, of course.
Forces are under attack.
Foggy moving away from Huntresses. He mainly has archers and glaives now. Which means if the demon gets to them, they're gonna die very fast. In general, dealing with this demon hunter has become very, very hard. And he's about to level up right here. Alright, this fight's probably going to decide the game. Heal scroll for Colorful. The Demon Hunter got level 4. And now the first hero, the Star, makes it into the fray. I think Foggy just can't deal with the Demon. How are you ever supposed to kill off this Demon Hunter? I think he can. Panda dies though, the bottom getting closer to level 5. This Ring of Regen has been amazing on the bottom, by the way. Like I said. Wonderful drop. Bottom's almost level 5, but perhaps not soon enough. The Demon Hunter is just cleaning up. Full HP on the Demon. Can't be dealt with without hunts, without the normal damage. Oh, the bottom. Just barely. The staff was enough to get her out of there. Another archer falls. Colorful close to level 5 on his own first hero. And level 5 Demon is something to behold. Panda, kind of the sacrificial lamb.
Forces are under attack.
He's doing a decent job though. He throws out 1 or 2 Drunken Haze at the beginning of the fight. And then he dies, and that's fine. For, you know, a level 1 hero is actually pretty good. He's got good stats. Foggy did get level 5. Is that gonna change something? He is, though, down by 10 supply. Certainly needs the heal scroll. And he does get it. Last ditch effort by Foggy. It seems like he should have lost this game a few times over already, but somehow he stays alive. Trying once more. But Colorful just simply has so much. And the Demon Hunter is so tanky, look at him. Against Battlefire combo. Foggy's gonna need to use that heal scroll. There it is. And even with level 3 aura, there's not enough damage to deal with the demon. He's too strong. Colorful has successfully outscaled this tier 1 strategy. is gonna tie up the series. Staff out, Demon is safe, Moonjuice should be looking good, and Foggy has to call for the GG. 2-2. Colorful brings it back. And we once again have a very even mirror here to our hands. We had a draw earlier between Fly and so on. This could very well be a draw again. Colorful seemingly learning and adjusting on the fly. Tried different styles trying to deal with the pot and push. The first two didn't work. The third certainly did. Double Ancient of War, quick glaives, making all the difference. So the maps we saw so far, Tide Hunters, Amazonia. What was the other one again? What's the first one? Northern Isles. Yeah, Northern Isles. So it might be a return to Northern Isles now. The choice lies with Foggy. Where does he want to go? I imagine Colorful must have vetoed Concealed Hill, which is a really good Bottom Hunts map. What else did he veto? Maybe Autumn Leaves? Autumn Leaves can be pretty good for Bottom Hunts. We're gonna see in a moment. Later on today, by the way, we're going to be back with the second broadcast in German. It's going to be Creepjack once again with Neo, Florentine, and Slash for 2 hours later on tonight at 5 p.m. CET. And tomorrow we're going to be back with Rejuvenation Cup Playday 20. Only 4 playdays left, including today. So Sunday is going to be the last day. Tomorrow is also going to be great matches coming our way, by the way. Focus versus Lawlight and Chimiko versus Lin. Focus and Lawlight have met so many times before and have a very even record against each other. Although I think lately it's been Lawlight there having the edge. Right? Yeah, pretty much. 5 out of the last 6 matches going to Lawlight. Alright, we're ready for map number 5. Foggy plays the Uno reverse card and says, let's go back to Tide Hunters. And I wonder, is he going to play the same strategy again? We still haven't seen a Potom Expo. On the pro level, it seems like nobody plays it anymore. Perhaps not considered viable currently. Demon first for Colorful, obviously. And Foggy again with the Potom. Foggy didn't pick Demon a single time so far.
A player's forces are under attack.
Gloves this time for the Demon Hunter. Again, he's not finding the very best items. But once more, everything in terms of stats is good for the Demon. Well, with the exception of mana. He doesn't need mana, I guess.
A player's forces are under attack.
Did he go for this creep route earlier already? Maybe he did. The stream was lagging a bit earlier. We didn't get to see it too well. Foggy certainly going for the same creep route. He was able to get slippers here before. Not this time. Only gauntlets here in the rematch on Tidehunters. Colorful gets off the scout, sees the Ancient of War. Shouldn't be too surprising to him.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Caliphate wants to make sure he sees everything still that's going on. Wants to know if it's going to be an AP push coming his way. And if so, when. He's again going for a lot of archers. Even perhaps a little slow to see this creep over here. Bottom could finish it before the demon was able to do anything. Oh, thinking about a surround, but the demon gets out and we have a full level lead on Foggy. Not too surprising, of course, with his bottom hunt style where you get map control early. Oh, selling a lot of items. Gonna creep the middle now as well. More experience for the bottom, getting closer to 4. And we got 1 lore. Once again. Panda second should be coming. Pretty sure it is. Alright. Oh, Wand of Illusion. That's very nice for Foggy. Could suck up some more damage. The Demon Hunter also getting the slippers. Starting to get stronger and stronger. Alright, here we go again. Foggy is playing the push once more. APs should be coming soon. Wisps are on the way. Archers being protected in the back. And there's the second Ancient of War. Alright. It's basically the same build by Colorful once again. Second Ancient of War. Quick glaives. No shop yet, by the way. So no potions. No staff. That's probably something Colorful wants to add in as well. Foggy always very diligent with bringing the wisps. Oh, the panda. Almost getting surrounded there. Oh, this is pretty cool. Foggy's making use of this time here. The Hunter's protecting the APs, and he's waiting for the APs to finish. In the meantime, he's getting to the shop to pick up the scrolls. Actually, he was too early, so he didn't get the scrolls, but it could have worked out well. Now it's daytime. Now the scrolls become available. Oh, the AP attacked the creeps. The creeps are going to be coming in from the other side. And Colorful is gladly going to pick him up. Pendant of Energy is not too bad for healing, actually. Can drop it on the ground, heal more efficiently from the Moonwells. Get more mana on the Panda, I guess. And with double glaze, we have a lot of damage against these APs. One AP fallen. Second AP getting attacked. And the archers with their 700 range also in a good position, able to take out 1 or 2 huntresses every now and then. And Foggy in the same predicament as before. Colorful just simply seems to be too ready with these glaives. Panda gonna go down now, but that's okay. He's only level 1, he's gonna be back soon. And the 3 glaive throwers, the damage is super high. The glaive finally goes down. The AP, I mean. And the Demon Hunter, by the way, got level 3. Putting in good damage against these huntresses. 1 glaive finally falls. But so does a huntress. And we only have 1 AP remaining for Foggy. Demon Hunter's still fairly healthy. Plus he's got heal pots. He's got a bit of juice. He's got a good amount of juice actually still left. I think he can just chase after these glaives if he wants. And use his own glaives to take out the AP. Colorful looking poised now to take the 3-2. And with that match point.
Forces are under attack.
That kill also the Panda gets to level 2. We're gonna have Breath of Fire now. And Foggy is in tons of trouble. Oof. The focus fire from the glaives still really good against Dryads. Against archers not so much. Oh, Colorful, did he go out a little bit too far perhaps is the question. He loses 2 of his glaives. And the demon's dropping very low. Does he have a potion? No, he doesn't. Colorful definitely lost quite a bit there, dropping down to 37 supply only, but the demon is still very strong, and he's close to 4. Bottom almost 5, but also almost dead. Gets the double scrolls, 40 supply for Foggy. Falling back to the main.
A player's forces are under attack.
No juice left for Foggy here, if I see this right. Colorful even pulling out the lab cap. Alright. Big item here. Oh, is that level 4? Not quite yet, but he's pretty close. Something plus 6. Quel'Thala's boots. Oh, goodness. Plus 11 agi on the Demon Hunter. Very strong. And Colorful's about to get 2 level ups. Looks like he's done it. And there it is. Demon level 4 with these stats will once again be close to impossible to kill at least. Foggy this time has the Huntresses for normal damage against the demon. But still, he's very tanky. Oh, and the Panda level 3. Foggy with a last ditch effort, using the scrolls as well as he can. But the heroes just seem to be too strong. Next Breath of Fire is ready. Oh my goodness. All the Huntresses going down, the demon in the back, cleaning up the bottom, still didn't get to 5. Now she does. But it's too late. Breath of Fire, everything's dead. This game is over. GG. And 3-2 for Colorful. Alright, we got one more map for the decision. In the red, Colorful on the left. In the yellow, we're back on War 3 Champions servers. Echo Isles, I kind of am surprised to see this one coming through. This is a really good map for Demon Hunter normally, because you can grab up a lot of items easily. The Demon Hunter benefits greatly from bonus items. You can even go for a creep here on the left-hand side at the Merc Camp, like we see from Colorful. So Foggy hasn't played Demon Hunter once so far. This might change now on this map, as it is so good for Demon Hunter. For Colorful, obviously it's going to be a demon again, as he always plays. Alright, but Podem sticks with the Podem, trusts in the Podem. This map is pretty good for Podem Expo, because your natural is fairly far away from the opponent, hard for him to push, and of course an easy expansion to creep. Foggy so far has not tried to expand at all with the Podem, it's all been pushes. But it seems like Colorful has now found the strong and clear counter to these Podem pushes, which is second Agent of War, quick glaives,
A player's force
to deal with the APs, and can also help to deal with the hunts. Oh, Foggy pulled in the green camp, making things a bit more difficult for Colorful. The Demon Hunter also ran to the green camp.
A player's force.
Colorful messing this creep up a little bit, but we'll still be getting the big boy. Podem picked up the claws right away and is running over for the harass. With steering arrows, it would seem. First item for the demon is a ring. Oh my god, that is amazing. Oh, Podem didn't get the steal. She almost got the steal, but didn't quite. And also, Foggy denied one of the creeps on his side, so the Podem is pretty low experience right here. Demon Hunter will be level 2 in a moment, but of course a creep like this with the Ancient of War here with Wisp Prepare does slow down tier 2 quite a bit for Colorful. So, Panda and Dryads will be quite a bit later than before. This Berserker pickup is going to be huge, by the way. Both want to try to get the Berserker at 1900 hours. Normally the player with a better ping gets it.
A player's forces are under attack.
And indeed, Foggy grabs the Berserker. Oh my god! Colorful almost surrounded it. Whew, that would have been terrifying. Both heroes still level 1. I think Foggy should be happy to see this.
A town is under siege.
Well, I guess he also would love to have level 2. To finally get that aura. Oh, he's creeping now in the middle. I like this. Ancient of War and a couple of units. Taking out the middle camp. This is going to be level 2 for the Podem in a moment. And we see the first AP coming already. Whoa, that's really fast. If Foggy finds the Scroll of the Beast there, that would be huge. Oh. Does Colorful have the read? I think he does. Colorful realizes Foggy must be creeping somewhere because there's no units next to the Podem. So he manages to get to the middle. Did Foggy deny the item? I guess he probably did. Yeah. Demon Hunter couldn't steal the item. It was denied. Oh, but this Ancient of War kill is a big deal. That means no double glaive production. Oh, colorful. Was it perhaps the wrong choice to put the first Ancient of War over there?
A player's forces are
Is a long time without glaive production. Foggy's taking a lot of damage here though. He's gonna have to TP home. Does save the Huntress as well. Moon Juice for Foggy should be looking good still. Same for Colorful. And here we go. Foggy marching across the map. 1 AP. Already standing. Can Colorful take it out before Foggy arrives with the rest of the army? It's looking rough. Of course, he's got mostly piercing damage. That doesn't work too well. The Wisps are coming in for the repair. This AP will not be destroyed. Panda is here. Again, with Drunken Haze. Lots of mischance now. Oh, but look at the Wisp detonate. Perfectly on point. Colorful got 1 kill, I think, on a Wisp. And that's level 2 Demon. That's a big deal. But he has to TP out. And that Ancient of War snipe. The Ancient of War snipe by Foggy might win him the game here. The glaive count on Colorful is going to be very low. Bottom also now close to level 3. She's got the double claws. Doesn't have scrolls, however. And there's the level 3. Panda almost surrounded. But not quite. But again, if the Panda dies, it's not the end of the world. He's only level 1. Can he get off 1 more Drunken Haze? Not quite. 2 glaives destroyed. Colorful takes out 2 glaives. That's huge. Buys more time for himself. Should have a second Ancient of War coming. Yep. And... oh! No glaives coming from the other one yet. He doesn't even have improved bows yet. The timings by both players thrown off quite a bit, it would seem. AP is marching forward. Colorful has to be very cautious here. He wants to get some items from the shop, but he can't. Shop cancelled. The Potom and the Berserker doing tons of damage thanks to that aura. And also a bit of Searing Arrow. And this demon is not looking so strong. Yeah, he's got the Ring of Regen, which is great to help him sustain over time. But he doesn't have lots of armor or especially damage. Damage seems to be missing. Damage now also reduced on Foggy thanks to Drunken Haze. The Berserker almost taken up, but not quite. Is there a staff for the demon? No, there isn't! The Demon Hunter goes down. More experience for the Potom. Getting closer now to level 4. Panda gets some experience as well. He's now level 2. Got the fire connecting nicely. Berserker taken now. That's a lot of experience for him as well. More experience. But there it ends. Colorful calls for the GG and Foggy makes the push work here. The Ancient of War creep at the Merchant turns out to be too greedy. Good punish by Foggy and really smart for him to realize how important it would be to destroy that Ancient of War. Very nicely done. And Foggy ties it up. 2 draws today. 1 point for each of our 4 players. And with that, we'll take one more look at the standings here in a moment.